Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We are attending today's meeting on March 23rd for the Early County Middle School School Improvement Plan. We welcome you and hope that this information we give you today will be beneficial for all of us. And we hope we have some great ideas coming from you all. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Ms. Narr. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And just a little bit of housekeeping. You have a chat box that you can certainly put a question in, and we'll be monitoring that. So if we don't answer it right away, give us a second. We'll make sure we monitor that and look at it. So before we get started on the middle school, just a brief overview of the district improvement plan. We had our town hall meeting Tuesday night, and we talked about the district improvement plan in the district as a whole. We talked about some ESSER funding as well. But for the district improvement plan, we have two goals. The first goal is that by the end of the school year 2023, students will make a 3% gain on formative assessments in all content areas across the district. And so that's just saying we want to make sure that our students are improving and succeeding academically. And so some of the things that we have in place to address that is we have intervention teachers. We utilize a lot of software programs to supplement learning in our schools. We provide a lot of professional development for our teachers. We have after school and Saturday school tutoring. We provide supports for new teachers. And also we have instructional coaches at our schools that help with professional development as well. And then goal 2 says that by the end of the 23 school year, each school in the district will have a school climate star rating of 4 or higher. And basically what we're saying with that goal is that we want to improve our climate in our schools, our school environments. And so some of the things that we have in place for that is MTSS, which is multi-tiered student systems of support for our students, and capturing kids' hearts. I know y'all seen like character traits of the month, and we've been posting about our staff, and our capturing kids' hearts is not only just a character ed program, but it's a way we do business with our students and our colleagues, and our relationships with each. And then also we collaborate with a lot of community resources in our school. Another way is we utilize Remind to make sure that we communicate all the critical information that parents need to know directly to the parents. We have school resource officers in our schools, and then also aspiring leaders helping us to build leadership from within in our school system. So those are some of the action steps that help us to reach goal 2. So I just wanted to give you a brief overview of that. And then we're going to go ahead and talk about the family engagement plan for the middle school. And just to give you, to let you know what it looks like, at the beginning of the school year, we send out what we call the Title I packet, and it has a letter with it. And then it also has the compact in it. It has the school improvement plan, which is right here on your screen. And it just talks about how do we put this plan together, how's it revised, what it's for, and where it's available. And then in the plan is how we again address district goals and school goals. We talk about ways that we get together to encourage family engagement. We talk about the school parent compacts. We talk about ways that we communicate, and things that we resources provided for parents. And then on the back of that, it has an opportunity to share your thoughts and your feedback on the plan. You can go to this plan at any time, and I'm gonna, while I'm over here, I'm gonna show you the federal programs page where we have all of our schools plans listed, including the district. So if you go to the school's website and then you click on the district, and you come down to federal programs, And then down here, you'll see that we have the current year's needs assessment, improvement plans, family engagement plans for the district, and then also for each school. So anytime that you want to find one of those plans, look at it, get that information. It's always available on the website. So I just wanted to make sure you're aware of that. And then going back to our slide. So one of the questions that I wanted to, that we want to ask is, in the family engagement plan, we talk about opportunities to build family at school staff capacity for family engagement. And so throughout the school year, we provide workshops and webinars for parents as well as for school staff on how to ways to better engage families, and for families, ways to help their children succeed academically and how they can support their student in school. So we do that throughout the school year. We also on our website have resources available. So I'm going to go back to that website just a minute, and we're going to head over to the Parents tab. And I'm not going to go through everything on these pages. I just want you to be aware of where you can find more resources at. So right here, this is the homepage to the Parents page, and there's resources there. There's resources about communication if you'd like to volunteer a chaperone, and then resources for parents here as well. And let me see, those resources are academic in nature as well as social emotional resources for our parents. So just some a lot of good information. If you have any questions on any of those things, you can always go back to this homepage, and my information, my email, my phone number is always there. You can call me anytime and I'll be glad to help you. So one thing I want to know from you is, in what ways might you think that Early County school system might be able to help, or could help you support you as a parent to help your child. So does anybody, there's just a few of us here, so I'm gonna see if I can allow everybody to talk if they want to. I think I did that. Can y'all talk now? Bruce, I see your mic's open.
Yes, ma'am, I hear you.
Okay, great. So any suggestions how Early County school system might be able to help support you as a parent better? Anything y'all want to add to that? All right. Well, if you do, you can always put it in the chat or just shout out. There's not a lot of us, so we can definitely you can definitely speak up and add in anytime. Okay. So I'm going to go back to the school parent compact, and again, this is in that same packet that we send out at the beginning of the school year. We send it through Remind, but hard copies are always available. So this is the school parent compact, and the school parent compact talks about building partnerships and how it's developed. But the main content of it is in the inside, where again, we're talking about the district goals and the middle school goals. And then it gives us some examples of what we do in the classroom, what we can do at home, what students can do to kind of work together as a team for student success. And so I would encourage you to look over those and provide suggestions on what you think might be more effective in those steps that we can do in the classroom or at home, or that we could ask students to do. So that's the parent school compact, and those are required every year, and we want to make sure that we have it, you know, as useful as possible for parents and for the school. So these are some questions that we like to ask every year as we evaluate that compact. You know, are those items in the compact doable? Can you see how they're linked to the school's goals, and then any changes or suggestions for that? All right. And then we want to talk about family engagement. In the Title I requires that Title I schools provide professional development for family engagement to staff 4 times a year. And so we do that. We provide our staff with professional development during the school year. And a lot of times it's on communication and how we can better communicate with parents, but it might be about resources for parents. It's different topics that we use. So if you think of a topic that we might need to include in that professional development for our staff, please shoot that over to me and I'll be glad to incorporate it in our professional development. And then also we want to talk about the 1% set aside. And what that means is that for the Title I funds that Early County receives, 1% of that has to be set aside for family engagement district-wide. So currently what we use that 1% set aside for is Remind. And that's what we use to communicate with our parents, to give them information directly. So if you think of other ways that you would like to see the 1% set aside funds utilized, then definitely put that in the chat or any suggestions. I'm open to it right now. Okay, well, if you do have any suggestions, please feel free to put it in the chat or email me. We also have an evaluation form at the end. So I'm going to let Ms. Norris back on and let her talk about the middle school specific goals and action steps. Ms. Norris.
Welcome, everybody. Our middle school goals are this year. You can see them on the screen. First goal for this year, we want to increase the percentage of students that are performing at grade level or above grade level with their reading comprehension. Not most people think when you say reading comprehension, it's just my child can read. Comprehension is understanding what they're reading and being able to infer and determine where it goes after that. So we want to increase that by 3% this year, which is a reachable goal for all of our students, even the ones that have some learning disabilities. So we plan to do that with professional development and reading intervention programs. We were able to hire some reading intervention teachers this year to help us with that. And it seems to be working, and the students just finished one of the tests that we take for the year that helps us to figure out whether they're meeting goals or whether they will be ready for the test that we have at the end for the state, which is the milestones test. And they seem to have grown and gone up. So we've been rewarding them for making their gains and goals as we are tracking them with RAPID and also with MAP. Goal 2 is also another 3% goal in the write score, where they are writing and able to put into words what they're thinking and what they're saying based on the topic that they're given. We also trained our teachers with professional development through how to write better, and that was primarily our ELA teachers. And we helped them target how to pick the goals for their students, how to relay that to the students, and how to bring more of that writing out in each day. We also incorporated with that, having each of our subject area teachers and our connections teachers do more writing on subject with what they're teaching in their classes. Goal 3 this year was to come up by 3% for each grade level on MAP testing. We use that as one of our markers to see whether the students are performing at grade level, below grade level, or above grade level, and also to predict how they will do when we get ready to do the state testing, which is the milestones. And so far, we've been making gains overall. We also included professional development for our teachers with that also. Goal 4 for this year is to bring up our 8th graders by 60% above or at grade level in the science and social studies for the milestone. Milestone is the test that all 8th graders must take for science and social studies. For 6th and 7th, it is the version that the district gives, local version. We provided a lot of our social studies science teachers with additional professional development. We also pulled in the writing across the curriculum for those teachers, as well as the math and science, social studies and science teachers. So those were our goals for this year. And right now it's looking like we are making those gains. I'm not sure at the moment, because we are just finishing up with MAP, how far we've gained, but we will know that within probably the beginning of next week. Are there any questions that you might have? Okay, thank you.
All righty. So with that being said, that's kind of our review, and any kind of conversation or any questions or any feedback that y'all would like to give. All right, well, if not, we want to get feedback through this form, and I'm gonna just load it up right here. I'm gonna put it in the chat, but I'll also send it to y'all. Let me see here, hold up. I'm gonna put it in our chat so that you might have an opportunity to fill it out. And then we'll be looking at feedback throughout the spring. So we continue, this is our comprehensive needs assessment time frame. And so we look at data, we get survey feedback, we survey community members, we survey parents, we survey staff, we look at assessment data, we look at all kinds of things this time of the year to make our plans for the upcoming school year. So I encourage you that if you at any time have any want to share any ideas, any suggestions, any comments, there's a form on the website I showed you, the federal programs page, that you can go to. You can call me or email me anytime, and I'll be glad to take that down so that we can make sure we review that as well. So that's all I have. I'm gonna